Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Namaste, Swagatam. In this Bodha talk series on Indian Knowledge Systems, IKS, we present a conversation with Dr. Suryanarayana Jammalamadaka Garu, founder of Sri Kameswari Foundation. About Śrī Suryanarayana Garu, Dr. Suryanarayana Jammalamadaka is traditionally trained in Krishna Yajurveda under Brahmashri Vishnu Bhattla Sri Krishna Ganapati. He has undergone Adhyayana of Tarka Shastra under the tutelage of Dr. A.V. Radheshyam and has studied Vyakarana under Dr. G.S.V. Dattatreya Murthy. He has completed his Adhyayana of Advaita Vedanta under tutelage of Mahamahopadhyaya Dr. Mani Dravida Shastrigal. He has also completed the prestigious Tenali exams in Nyaya Shastra and has been conferred with titles like Tarkaratnam, Vidwan Mani, Shastra Kalanidhi by His Highness Kanchi Shankaracharya Ji, and the Governor of Madhya Pradesh. He holds a bachelor's degree in Sanskritam, 2 postgraduate degrees in Sanskritam and Navyanaya, and has completed MPhil Sanskritam, PG Diploma in Manuscriptology, and holds a postdoctoral degree in Nyaya Shastra from Karnataka Sanskrit University, Bengaluru. He has also completed an advanced diploma in the Japanese language and has cleared many competitive exams in Japanese. Wow. About Sri Kameswari Foundation. Kameswari Foundation is the brainchild of Suryanarayana Garu along with his brother Srinivasa Garu, whose videos all of us have been watching under the Brihad Mridanga Utsava series. Their vision is connecting the contemporary and the spiritual world by combining modern technology with the knowledge bestowed upon us by our ancient gurus. The organization's work and mission is to create gurus who are a blend of Sanatana Dharma and contemporary age in its best and purest form. Namaste Andi Surya Garu, Swagatam to IKS Bodha series. Since you have had both Gurukula and regular education, Andi, what we call modern education, can you briefly tell us how and why you chose this kind of dual type of education? And if you are very young, I'm sure your parents must have chosen for you, but we would like to know a little more about that and how easy or tough it was to balance both these kinds of education, which are very different to each other.
So I have to give a brief background. So we come from a thought model where we don't choose everything. The divine chooses a path for us and we are just those beings who follow it. So it's not a great plan or anything. It happened like that. Wonderful. And whatever we are doing, it is my father's dream that if he had or if he is blessed with sons, he wanted us to join us into Vedas. So that is how we landed in Veda Adhyayana. But fortunately or misfortunately, what happened is that while we were learning Vedas, both of us, my brother and myself, we both are Saha Adhyayis, we were having some health issues while learning Vedas.
Where was this? Was it in Hyderabad?
We were learning in Tenali.
Tenali, okay.
There is a small village near Tenali, which is called as Anantavaram. So there we started our Veda Adhyanam under Brahmashri Vishnu Bhattla Sri Krishna Ganapati. So then we moved back to Hyderabad to pursue our studies in Oriental institutes. Like we studied Telugu language in detail. And then we also joined this prestigious CPhil, Central Institute of English and Foreign Languages in Tarnaka. So that is how we were slowly exposed to both Western education and also our own education. It's not a plan. It's just a divine grace that we were exposed to both the ends. My father used to say that you should be a bridge. So because he comes from a marketing background, he knows what is the importance of a bridge between the consumer and the product. Always he thinks in that way. So we were also exposed in that. And I don't think anything is tough or easy. It's only that your perception towards it. I see that the divine force has a plan in her mind So she exposed us to both the ends. Nothing is tough. If you are free without any stipulated timeline or any particular goal, you will actually enjoy the journey as it is. We were in that stage because of my father's vision again. He don't wanted us to stress out more in that time. So we were enjoying Japanese, we were enjoying Telugu language, we were enjoying Vedadhyanam, and we were also enjoying Anushtanam. Means when we are introduced to Gurukula Adhyanam, you are also introduced to a thought process, to a Anushtana paddhati. So we were also enjoying that in the same
routine.
time.
Anushtana would mean a routine for the viewers.
Anushtana,
spiritual routine.
Routine is a very vague explanation, would be a vague explanation for it. Anushtana is a thought model or a thought process in which you are introduced for the first time. For example, in daily Sandhya Vandanam and Agnikaryam, we used to ask whatever we want, and we are allowed to relate to the divine force, the eternal force. You might not know the intricacies or the details when you are very young, but over a period of time, when you are routine, when that becomes your routine, you relate with that energy source every day 3 times. So the confidence level you have, or whenever you are in depression, there will be no space for depression once you are actually related to the source.
Yes.
Okay. But even though if you are in depression sometime, you have a space every time and now and then to go back to her and ask, like,
to connect.
Shraddham, Medham, Yashaf Prajnam, Vidyam, Buddhim, Shriyam, Balam. So this is the prayer we do to ask the list. See, all the Shri, Buddhi, Dhi, Arogya and everything we ask to Agni Devata. And Agni Devata is in front of you. So this is the kind of relation you have with that energy source. So that is very essential in Gurukula lives. And as we were also very young in our the Japanese institute and other Western education spaces, we were having that nobody was giving us the hard push.
No peer pressure.
Very we were like
adventurous, exploring a new territory.
Exploring, and also the peers were seeing us like children, and they were giving out all the best experiences they were having, because while they were observing our growth, they thought that these people will have better future, because we were just 12-13 years old. Our peers in Japanese institute were around 25-30.
So Japanese was not in IFLU. CFL is called IFLU now. So Japanese
IFLU, it is in the IFLU itself, but it was not a degree program. It is a diploma program and certification program. So
and you were only 12, you were so young.
Yeah, we were there by 13 years. Wow. My brother was more younger. So we were having that comfort. There was a comfort zone. So everyone were nurturing us with their experiences, and we were free. See, our routine was not stressful that you have to complete by this time and that time. We had a lot of time. We were going to libraries. I don't know how many people are going to libraries now, but we had an opportunity to go through all the titles in a library near our home. There were around 8,000 books, and I know that I have gone through each and every shelf, each and every book, each and every index.
OU library, Andy? Which library is this?
Not OU library. There used to be Shakha Granthagalaya, branch library. It is a state government owned library, group of libraries.
Okay.
The main library is in Chikkadpalli. There were many branch libraries.
Okay.
And lot of Telugu books, lot of English books, there were there. Nobody was there in the library. Library is a 4,000 SFT built area. There were many chairs, free space and everything. We were the only people like entitled to go into the library, and we were going through all the things, and we had an opportunity. It is there, but now all the books are packed and they are cold storage because there is no taker. And we had an opportunity, as my father was also not working in a 9 to 5 job. He's a marketing consultant, and so he used to have some free time. So we used to discuss those titles. There were many communists as authors also. So we don't know, everything is the same for us. In a library, everything is the same. We used to discuss. At that time itself, we had a very great understanding and distinction between what is Indian thought and what is not in a very tender age because of that free time. I hope that's what inspired us to actually start these things.
Beautiful, Andy. So your personal takeaway and learning from what I'm listening to you, would you agree, is one, you understood what was the distinction between Indian and Western thought. And I would like to know, what do you think that is? And secondly, what I'm listening and hearing is that when we leave a child free to explore without that constraint of time, or let's say examination, or that kind of pressure to prove something, you will naturally gravitate towards, let's say, your interests, and you will take them more seriously, and you will spend more time on it like you did in the libraries. So what are your personal takeaways and learnings from this period of your life, Andy, where you did both these education systems?
I think that what made me the personality what you all are experiencing, or why am I like this? So the answer is in my childhood itself. The takeaway will be like, see, in the very tender age itself, we had an samskara that anyone who is learned in Vedas and Shastras and who are in the process of Anushtanam and who are living a traditional life, they are gods. That is the kind of, so their gods means
Up to them.
they can give anything to us. They are those people who you have to look for. So that is the kind of nurturing we got in the childhood, and we were very fortunate. And if you go through my horoscope and my brother's horoscope, we have a very great grace of Jupiter, Brihaspati. So it is not a plan, but it is her wish that we should encounter with great gurus in our lives. Yes. In Veda also, my Guruji is the Parikshadhikari in almost all the Veda examination stream. And the Swara in which we are trained. See, Vedas are very particular in Swara. What kind of rhythm and the Ucharana, how are you pronouncing it, is very important. And my Guru's pronunciation is the most, clearest. And it is very near to the actual Siksha Shastra. And we were very fortunate there. In the same way, we were actually roaming on streets in Tirupati. See, there is a very interesting story why we are into Shastras. Because we studied a part of Vedas. We came back because of our illness. We studied some diploma, advanced diploma in Japanese, JETRO. There are many commercial examinations which we have cleared. After that, there is a dilemma. I was around 17, 18 years old. My brother was 16 years old. We did not even complete our graduation at that time. So in that time, we had an opportunity to go to JNU and get the BA in Japanese. That was one offer we had on our plate. And the second offer is that we can study Sanskritam in Tirupati. So I was fascinated about Sanskritam from the beginning because of one of my lecturers who told that one Upanishad sentence is having different commentaries across the timeline. Like we have Advaita from Shankaracharya, you have Dvaita from Madhvacharya, you have Vishishtadvaita from Ramanujacharya. I was fascinated about this. How can one sentence have 3 different connotations? How can that happen? Means, is that language that dynamic? Is that changing? Or do you have layers of understanding to the same sentence? How is that processed? I was very fascinated in my childhood. So while I was learning Telugu, my understanding was whichever word has a visarga is Sanskritam. That is the brief and the first level of understanding I had.
Yes.
So what I used to do is that I used to add visarga to Telugu sentences and feel that I knew Sanskritam also.
Okay.
Like there was a title called Naku Tochina Mata.
Yeah.
The utterance which I understood. This is the literal meaning of that. So I added visarga Naku Tochina Mata.
Mataha.
And I felt that it is Sanskrit. So that is the level of understanding I had. So that lecturer actually inspired me that you should go to, because of our what you say, interest, depth of interest and focus. She suggested that we should go to Tirupati. And my brother was very jiddi, means he wanted to pursue his career in Japanese. So there was a conflict of interest there. But at last, veto, my father's decision won, and we went to Tirupati. So that is how we chose the stream.
And this is for PhD?
No, this is for the BA, means we were enrolled into BA. That is again another story, There are many stories.
Please go ahead. This is how we learn, Andy.
So we don't know who is our guru. See, we feel that I am choosing something. That's why my initial comment is that we don't choose anything. She has a plan and she allows you to go there. She channelizes you to be there. So what happened once we enrolled into RSVP? It was RSVP, Rashtriya Samskrita Vidyapitha. Now it is National Sanskrit University in Tirupati. So we enrolled into BA Sanskritam. I took Vyakarana and my brother took Advaita Vedanta. The only reason he took Advaita Vedanta is that I am not taking Advaita Vedanta. So that is the kind of, we were sailing in the same boat, but we were having very different opinions there also. So we took, and we were not actually very happy. Even though the buildings were very nice, the roads were nice, we were having all the facility there, but we were not happy because even though many people feel that going to a university is a privilege, but our fire inside of knowledge was not getting enough fuel there.
It was very constrained. Like, the parameters are very constrained in such a place.
You have to learn Vyakarana in 45 minutes. In 45 minutes, you will be just seeing a concept and you are just dwelling into it, and there is a ring of the bell that you have to change your course. And when you are entering into the next subject also, again, we used to feel like that.
Yes.
And the other main thing is that Shastras should have a personal relationship with that particular teacher.
One-on-one.
About the Guru Anugraha also.
Yes.
We were missing that in that university. And all the functionalities or functions are revolving around examinations. We didn't find any joy in, because we knew how to crack examination. Already we were performing in Japanese examinations, and we knew how to crack it. Because we knew we couldn't enjoy the actual subject there. So in that time itself, we were just roaming. We were continuing our Anushtanam, like the Sandhyavandanam, Agnikaranyam, everything. And we were very hungry, both in education and also the literal hunger was also very too much. So what happened? We were doing Swayampakam at home. We took a small room and we were doing Swayampakam. In the evenings, the hunger is too much and we couldn't bear it. So we were going to a tiffin center. So traditionally, when you are initiated into Nitya Anushtanam, it is not allowed to eat out generally. Yes. Even though we are very hungry, we were going. There was something called Manasa Tiffin Center in Tirupati, which was very famous.
It's still there?
Yeah. Now also it is very famous.
You said in Tirupati, sit down.
It is in Tirupati itself, in the town itself. So we were going there. One thing, what our upbringing gave us is that you should not tell false to anyone at any time. That is the kind of upbringing we had. So we were going. And we fortunately met our future guru on road. We were in Dhauti and Veshti, well, having all these chinhas, and we are going. And he asked us, where are you going? He told that we are going to Manasa Tiffin Center. I'm very hungry. Today I want to eat puri and masala dosa. So this is the straightforward answer what we gave, myself and my brother. So he thought these are very good
Traditional boys.
Traditional boys. Why should they go to a tiffin center?
Correct.
So he brought us to his home. He accompanied us to his home, and he told his wife, our Ammagaru, we call her Ammagaru. Wife of the Guru is called as Ammagaru. So he told her, these boys, brahmacharis, are very hungry. Please prepare whatever they ask. And my Ammagaru was so affectionate to us that she prepared puri with masala curry.
What you wanted.
for us at the same time. So it was not pre-planned.
Yes.
At the same time, she prepared and she fed us. So after eating it, he was asking us, what are you doing? Till then, there was no much interaction. Our focus is on masala dosa and puri. So we interacted.
What is his name, Andy? Which guru is because
my Guruji's name is Brahmashri Ambadipudi Venkata Radheshyama Shastri. So he was our first Shastra Guru. Fortunately, he is also our Satirtha, which means that his Veda Guru and our Veda Guru are the same. We found out after we interacted with him. It's not, again, I'm saying it's not a plan. We didn't knew that he was there. If we knew that before, we would have planned something else that we have to study under him or something. We didn't knew that. This Manasa Tiffin Center
was the cause.
Was the cause which brought us together. So then he asked us, why did you join this and what do you want to become? And we told that we are very eager to know how one sentence will have 3 commentaries, and we want to go into it. We want to delve into the depths of Shastra. And he is a very great Shastra Pandit. He was trained under Brahmashri Goda Subramanya Shastri ji, who is the person who trained all the stalwarts in Shastra right now also.
Okay.
Who is the Guru of all of them, most of them. And he was trained under him, and he is also the first disciple of Devadatta Patil Guruji. My Guruji's first disciple of Devadatta Patil Guruji, who has a Gurukulam right now in Goa. And he is very famous in the Shastra circles. He started this Ahmednagar Pariksha also.
Yes.
So he asked, what do you want to become? We said this. And we also told him that we don't want to continue in this university system. Right away we told. So slowly he nurtured us in Tirupati itself. Slowly he moved back to Kanchipuram. He had a job in Kanchipuram University. So he asked us, do you want to come along with me? We right away chose it, and we left the BA in between, and we accompanied him
to Kanchipuram.
We went back to Kanchipuram. So there started the actual journey of learning Shastra Vidya from the beginning. By that time, I am around 19 years and my brother is 17 years. We didn't know anything in Shastra. We were only fascinated and we were eager. We have all the urge inside. No family pressure, nothing. So that is all credits to my family. There.
Yes. So
there we started.
Yes, wonderful. So is it because of what you have seen in your childhood, and which you said it was, you started Sri Kameswari Foundation to give the same experience to the youngsters?
It's there are 2 folds here. Number 1, I'm a very Swartha kind of a person. I have my own priorities more. I have 2 sons. Okay. And I was working in MIT SVS, School of Vedic Sciences in Pune. Even though the working environment was very good, I was actually learning a lot from Dr. Sai Susarla ji. But my traditional training and what I want to train my children, I was not getting that environment there. By that time, my elder son is already had the Upanayanam. My younger one is ready. So I thought that I should come back, number one. I should not continue living in Pune, where my influence is very limited. See, I could influence the students inside the campus, but those students are not eager to be trained in a traditional way, number one. I can also influence them in their own process in a different way, but that has a very limited scope. I'm not actually exposed to the society there, because my culture and my upbringing is different, where I cannot influence more people there. So I understood my limitation there, and I have learned what I have to learn from that institute, and I thought now I should move on. So I came back to Hyderabad. By that time, my both of my sons are ready. They are a raw content. I have to nurture them. Now, in any childhood, they need peer learning also. Even though I can train both of them only, but it will not be a full-fledged training. They need peer learning, number one. Number two, I could have also joined them into any existing Veda Pathashala. There are many Veda Pathashalas in Hyderabad.
Yes.
But there is a lacuna there. Because not every Veda Pathashala is equipped with the vision. Like, they have to be exposed to different kinds of methodologies or knowledge systems. They don't have that.
That bridge that your father was talking about, that wasn't there.
That wasn't there. Because see, generally Veda Pathashala's vision will be, I have to complete one Veda to this particular student in this stipulated time. I was very against about that stipulated time and everything.
Yes.
Because it is breaking something. So I don't want to break anything. I want to nurture them as they, whatever strength
their
they
own
have.
pace. Their own pace.
And each and every individual will have a different strength. I also want them to be exposed to the Western knowledge system so that they could communicate. Because communication is very essential. Without communication, even though you are well trained in many other shastras, if you are not useful to the society, that is not the right thing to do. That's what I felt. And as you said, because of my father's dream and my own exposure, I also want to prepare those people who can give solutions to the existing problems. So that is why we started. And again, here I'm very fortunate to have my wife with me. She was supporting me in all the thought processes.
Wonderful.
And she is one of the best teachers that the Kameswari Foundation have.
Okay. She teaches in Kameswari Foundation.
Yeah, she teaches.
Okay.
The main thing is that, again, I have to narrate a small story. There are many stories here.
Yes. This is like Mahabharata, our own personal Mahabharata.
Yeah.
Story in story in story.
Yeah. See, our thought model is created while we were reading Vishwanatha Satyanarayana ji from the beginning. I read Veyi Padagalu while I am in the 7th class, when I am in the 7th class for the first time. The next time I read when I am in 10th. The next time I read when I am in around PDC, it's called PDC, pre-degree course, which is equivalent to inter. So whenever I read Veyi Padagalu, the person is a different one after you complete reading it.
Yes.
In the initial stages. So from our marriage, see, in a traditional framework, marriage is different and you are living with your wife is different. Both of them have a different time space. There is some space in between. So I am very fortunate to communicate with my wife all the ideas I have between this time, from marriage to the time where we are living together.
Yes.
Okay. I wrote around 300 letters to my wife, and each and every letter is like a magazine. It's not one page. See, we had a lot of time. She also had a lot of time. The same family background, similar family background we have. So for 1 week, I used to write one letter. And
Wow.
that letter used to have all the important concepts I have learned in that week,
That week, what you read, what
along
you
with some
understood.
pictures
Hmm.
and some labels.
Hmm.
So it's like a small magazine that I wrote to my own wife. So the training or the background or the stage for Kameswari
Started
Foundation
seed.
started there itself, because the seeds are of my father. He saw all the seeds inside our mind. Okay, there was not a lot of nurturing done by Gurujis. There is no contradictory thought model we had. The thought process was continuing in the same flow for a long time.
So these letters, have you bound them? I hope you have preserved them.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Children have
Yeah.
access to them.
Yeah, it is in my personal vault
Collection.
yeah,
Yes.
I want to show this to my children also when they actually grew up.
Yes.
So I feel this is how you have to communicate. There shouldn't be any urge also in communication or relation. You need to have enough space to understand each other.
Yes.
And there should be thorough thought process which should go inside the relationship. Why are we into the relation? Before I got married, I read many books on marriage. Because
Western, Indian Shastra books or both?
Indian Shastra only.
Indian. Okay.
See, my thought process and my thought model was only one.
Okay.
Because I saw different thought models before, and I concluded that I should stick to only one thought. I don't want to confuse myself. I read many Shastra Granthas before I get married, because while I was marrying my wife, I am not having any earnings. I did not even complete my PG. I did not complete any Shastra by that time. I'm very young, actually. I'm just 21 years old while I was married.
Right age
So,
to marry.
yeah, I feel.
Yes, or even earlier. Yes.
Yeah. So before I take that responsibility, I wanted to know what my rishis wanted us to follow hereafter, and why did they want to do that. So I had a very thorough learning of what is marriage and what are the different kinds of marriage. What is the meaning of each and every ritual inside the process of getting married?
Would love to do a video with you, Andy, later, just on the Sanatana Dharma Hindu marriage paddhati. So that because you have read and you have experienced it, let us definitely do a video on that. Yes.
So this actually had the foundation of Kameswari Foundation, because I had a ready-made teacher in my wife.
Wonderful.
So from the beginning itself, we never planned our children to send to any school.
Outside school. Okay.
Outside school, because we both ourselves are teachers. So,
and this started in 2005, Andy, Kameswari Foundation?
Kameswari Foundation has started in 2017.
17.
Yeah, 17, 18. Actually, formally registered foundation. But the functionalities of a foundation has started far before itself.
True.